Hello, first hour. Another day I'm not going to be here. I apologize. Unless I come down with something nasty today, I should be here on Thursday. And on Thursday, I'll discuss what we'll do on Thursday at the end of this lesson presentation. It really bothers me, concerns me that I'm not actually here to physically in front of you go over this particular lesson, because circles can be very easy or it can be something that you can struggle with if you don't pay attention and get it figured out soon. It doesn't have to be something that's hard, but if you don't pay attention to what's going on with it, it can be a little more difficult. I do have notes, so you do need your notebooks out. I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds to get that taken care of. Hopefully you have been doing well for subs. You know my expectation on that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get going. You've had circles in the past, so really this should be a review, and if you had problems with it, this is a chance to start again and hopefully start fresh with it. First of all, the definition of a circle. And this isn't something you need to write down, but I always like to discuss it. The definition of a circle is all the points that are equal distant from a specific point. Okay? So if we look at this first circle, we have this point at center that we call the center of the circle. And the circle then is all the points that are equal distant. All of these points on this circle's edge are the same distance from the center of the circle. That's what makes it a circle. Okay? So that distance from the center of the circle to the circle edge, or to the circle side there, is called the radius. Let's jump over to this circle on the right. This circle has a segment that's endpoints are on the circle's edge, and that goes through the center of the circle. Okay, that goes through the center. That is called a diameter. Diameter. The relationship between the radius and diameter is this. The diameter is twice the radius. And I'm actually going to use a lowercase d for diameter. So d, or diameter, is equal to 2 radius. The other way that you can write this is that the radius is equal to 1/2 the diameter. You need to know those things. You should write those down. All right, the middle circle has a segment that's endpoints are on the circle, but it doesn't go through the center of the circle. The center of the circle would be right in here. So we call this a chord. The last piece of terminology we're going to discuss is how far around a circle is, meaning its length. If we were to take this, cut the circle at this point, and lay it out flat, what would that distance around be? And we call that distance around circumference. There's a, well, let me just insert this for you here. We're going to discuss how to find circumference. I'm not just going to give you the formula for that, because if you can see where it comes from, it makes the formula a whole lot easier to understand. So we take a circle, and this is a fact for every circle. If we take a circle and we find a starting spot on the circle. Then we take this diameter, this length of the diameter, and we were to wrap it around the circle. It would go to about here, and then we do it again, go about here, do it again, lay it on there again, go about here. And so we can see that the diameter of this circle, this diameter of this circle lies on the circumference 3 whole times. Okay, 3, there's 1, 2, 3. It lies on there 3 whole times and a little bit. Hopefully by now you're thinking 3.14. This little bit is the 0.14. That is where we get the number pi. Pi is simply the relationship between a circle's diameter to its circumference. The diameter of any circle, talking this, the diameter of any circle will lie on its circumference 3.14 times. That's where the number pi comes from. So if you think about that then, how do we find circumference? Well, circumference is found by taking the diameter, that's what we did here, and it falls on a circle 3.14 times, so it's the diameter times pi. Write that down. Circumference, diameter times pi. I'm not going to go through that kind of an explanation for area, so just write this down. Finding the area of a circle is pi r squared. You'll hear me say pi d also for circumference, so I'm going to write that down up there. So we have circumference is pi d, area is pi r squared. Pi d, pi r squared. Pi d, pi r squared. We'll discuss that more in detail when I'm in front of you as well. We'll do a little chant with that. But anyway, you can see here with the area that you're squaring the radius, and hopefully you remember that when we label area, it's squared units. So if you want to use that idea to help you to remember that that's the particular formula for area, hopefully that will help. Okay, so pi d and pi r squared. All right, here we go. The radius of a circle is 5 centimeters, so what's the circumference? Circumference is pi d. So I'm going to take 3.14, and I want you to use that amount. Do not type in your calculator the value of pi that's on your calculator. Use 3.14. There's an actual difference in your answer if you do that. So 3.14 times the diameter. Now what we're given is the radius. The radius is 5 centimeters. So the diameter would be 10, because the diameter is twice the radius. So 3.14 times 10. Please use your calculator. Now this one we can do mentally. It's 31.4. But don't be afraid to use your calculator. Now that's circumference. Circumference is like perimeter, so you're just measuring the distance around it. So it's just centimeters. 31.4 centimeters. Now to find the area is pi r squared. So that's 3.14 times, let's go back up here, radius now is 5, so 5 squared. We have to make sure and do the order of operation correctly here, and this is why we do order of operation before we do this formula, is we have to perform the exponent here first. Do not multiply 3.14 times 5 and then square it. That's not how it works. You square 5 first. So 5 squared is 25. And then you use your calculator, which I'm going to grab mine. And take that, 3.14 times 25 is 78.5. We're in centimeters and we're finding area, so we square that unit. I will put this on Edmodo so you have a chance to see it again when we're done here if I'm moving along too quickly. Don't worry about the clickers. I'll just do these. The radius of a big circle is 100 meters. So the diameter, if the radius is 100, the diameter then is going to be 200. Okay. What would the circumference be? Circumference, pi d. That's 3.14 times the diameter, which we just found, is 200. So I take my 3.14 on my calculator times 200, and that gives me 628 meters, excuse me. And I do not square that because circumference is just measuring how far around it is. Area is equal to pi r squared. So we're going to have 3.14. Go back up here to the top. Radius is 100. So we're going to square 100. Use your calculator. 3.14 times 10,000. And then that's a power of 10. You're multiplying. We have 4 zeros in our power of 10. So we're going to move our decimal over 4 places. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 31,400 meters squared. Okay. All right. Now, your assignment. Problem set 60, 1 through 30, and I've taken up 13 minutes of class time doing this, but this is, should have seminar. Oh, you had early morning seminar. We are due for a test tomorrow, but I am not at all comfortable with giving you a test yet. We'll probably do that Friday. I'm gonna assign this due tomorrow. I know that's tough, but you should have nearly a half-hour class time to work on this. And we're gonna take and grade I've got the one assignment that was picked up, and then you have 3 other assignments from this week, Monday, Tuesday, and this, that we will take the time and grade tomorrow, and we'll review anything that we need to review. So this will be due Thursday. So there isn't any reason that you shouldn't be working on this. Boys, I believe you're in test prep today. We'll use test prep time to work on this if you don't get this done in class or don't want to have to take it home, whatever that particular situation is. So again, this is due Thursday. The other assignments are all going to be graded tomorrow as well. So we'll have 3 of those. Have them done, please, and take care of business. Do the right thing. Do what you know you're supposed to be doing as far as behavior goes. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.